Hi there, welcome back to Supercharged Fridays. I cannot believe we have been doing this for 135 weeks. How you doing? Join me live. I'm having problems with Facebook for a few weeks now, but I'm hopefully live on LinkedIn and YouTube. So if you're watching me right now, tell me that you're watching me live. Say hi. We've been doing this every week, like I said, for a good part of 2.5 years, every single Friday. And what we do is we come together once a week, we chat, I bring in guests, but because I'm in India currently, spending some time with my family, I'm not doing the whole guest interview thing. It's just me and you hanging out, seeing how I can help. Quick, snappy 15-20 minute sessions. So let's do this. What I promise to do is listen, read your comments, and then see what I can bring in, like a fresh perspective that hopefully helps you, a fresh perspective that you've not thought about before. But I always have to say this little disclaimer, it's an opinion, right? It's a point of view of someone. I've been around the block, I do have an opinion. However, there is so many different opinions, and the best thing you can do when you're asking for advice from someone, always use that inner voice as well, that also makes you feel like, you know, um, that the action that you end up taking feels right inside of you, and you're not blindly following someone's advice. Because remember, it's a perspective that comes from my experience and my lived experiences, and same for any coach or any mentor that you work with. So I want to be able, I have to say that, just to make sure. Good morning, good afternoon to old friends and new. Hi there, how's it going? Hi, G. Lovely to see you guys. Welcome. Good morning, Reverend William. It's good evening here. I'm enjoying a very hot, very sticky, very humid monsoon here in northern India. Hello, Finland is in the house. Hey, Phil. Lovely to see you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my husband made literally the same comment. He was like, "Looks like a little 1980s." I was like, "Yeah, it does, doesn't it?" Good question, Reverend. I'm here to do an open office hour, so it's basically ask me anything. So if there's any questions that are on your mind, the cool thing about hanging out, that we do every very regularly, the good thing about this, hi Christine, is that I'm also live. And if you see it in the comments, if you're watching on YouTube, you're missing out, but if you're watching on LinkedIn, I'm also live with other coaches, really smart people who've also got experiences. So feel free, to connect with them. The good thing about hashtag Supercharge Fridays is it's a community. We people around the world. I come in regularly. I don't have an agenda. I'm not here to sell you anything. If you like my work, check out my website. If you want to work together, that's wonderful. I got ebooks, courses. That's great. But that's not the reason I'm live here. Live because at this moment, these next few minutes, I want to see what you need help with, right? Hey, Tejas, happy Rakhi to you as well. Fab. See, people are like, chit chatting with each other. That's what I'm talking about. 100%. Good. All right. Let's bring the questions. All right. We have a question here from Shailesh. Hey, Shailesh. INSEAD is, for those who are not aware, is, I don't know why you're not aware. I think INSEAD needs to sometimes maybe do a better job with branding. It's one of the top three global MBA programs in the world. They have campuses in France, in Singapore, and in Abu Dhabi. I sound like a spokesperson. I'm not. I'm a very proud alumnus. INSEAD looks for. Oh, I lost that comment. Okay. INSEAD looks for international career experience. In such cases, how do we as Indian students scope up? I work for a UK bank with European clients and I'm working from India. How do I prove my worth? I mean, I'm born in India, I didn't get an opportunity to work outside. Okay, good question, Shailesh. That's something that I have seen. So the good news is, yes, it's a requirement. However, I had people in my program who did not live and work abroad. So let's hope for everyone. Having said that, right, you want to be able to connect the dots. So, for example, if you worked with a UK bank, talk about the interactions you've had. What they want is people who are open-minded, who've lived and, the reason they say lived and worked outside their home country is because there is a difference. There is a very clear difference in the sensibilities of someone who's horizons are a bit broader. They know what it's like to work in different cultures, etc. Having said that, right, what you want to show is that you've worked very closely with people who are abroad, and you've led projects during these situations. And if you've traveled during this period of time, you want to mention that as well. I'm not sure it's going to work, but you know what? It doesn't hurt to try. It's one of the few places in the world that asks for 3 languages upon graduation and international work experience. For me, that was like, I have to apply there. There was no other question. There was no other place I wanted to apply. So it worked really well because I brought that. So I was what you would say a relatively more traditional INSEAD candidate, but you have non-traditional INSEAD candidates as well. And every now and then they do see, that it makes sense or not. So good luck with that. Speak with others if you have, particularly check our INSEAD alumnus in India, like you, who are living here, and speak with them as well. If they've come back to India, or when they went to do their MBA, they didn't have international experience. I'm not the best person to speak with because I did. However, whenever you want advice from someone, always see that they're 2-3 steps ahead of you, who've done what you want to do, and ask them how they got there. So good luck with that. I wish you the best. Hey, Sanyam. There are a number of companies that are not at all ready to offer good packages. That's fine. I mean, you have 2 options. You take it or leave it, Sanyam. Let's not overthink it, right? World isn't perfect. Some companies do offer. See, the good thing about being live right now is nothing is prepared. These questions are coming and I'm giving you a fresh point of view, and it's completely like not necessarily thought through. So sometimes some of our best comes out when it's not rehearsed, right? So having said that, you have a choice. Let's keep it very simple. You have a choice. You can either be in those companies that don't offer, but do they offer something else? And long term, it may be actually a better package, as opposed to, I'm oversimplifying here, but sometimes you have companies who offer great money, but they expect a lot. I've seen that happen with so much attrition over the years from an HR point of view as well. And I've seen when people left, growth was slower, etc. So I'm not oversimplifying it. It's not one like my way or the highway. There's always a bit nuanced. It's a very boring answer, right? It's very gray. It's not very black and white. Sometimes companies that don't offer great money have other things, and they add up. And actually, you got to look at the whole package and compare apples to apples, and don't only compare net income versus net income, because there are other things that add up in terms of benefits, in terms of opportunities, training, education. I had a question earlier about an MBA. Some companies pay for an MBA. That's long-term, a lot of savings. So you want to be able to do that. And the deeper thing for me is not about money. It's about, do they respect? Do they respect you if you've been in a company for a while? Do they respect your skills, your qualifications, your work experience, all of that, right? All right. Hey, Arif or Malik, what's your first name? Not sure. I've been interviewed 3 times in the same company for different locations, but after getting selected, I'm guessing you mean I'm not getting any communication from them. They're ghosting you. You want to follow up, just follow up with them, follow up with each of them. So if you've been interviewed 3 times for 3 locations, is it by the same person or is it 3 times with different people? You just want to follow up one by one, and you want to do it over a period of a few weeks. Don't overdo it. I would say once a week is my golden rule. And I get this question so much that I've actually created a ebook to help you out with that. I have an email guide with all the little like words and scripts that you need to ensure that the way you follow up is also very classy. You don't come across as desperate, and you don't give the impression of something you're not. So if that's something you want to check out, go to superchargeyourself.com/email guide. Okay, good luck. I wish you the best. Aha. Okay, I am now behind in my communication, so I'm going to keep moving. All right. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm a bit slow today. It's Friday. Might as well be Monday. What does that mean? Okay. There's a question here by Christine. Did I miss that, Christine? Give me a sec. Christine, feel free to type your question again, because I have a feeling that I've actually missed a few questions and I'm trying to go back and find them. Personal sabbaticals. I think this is you. I'm trying to catch up as well if I've seen others because I want to go in order so that the ones who've actually asked. And by the way, sorry, Shailesh, I want to say this, prove my worth. Dude, you have a worth. You're here. Sorry. You're on this planet. You have a worth. It's not to prove your worth. I don't like that. What's my worth during salary? Your worth, it's not, I don't want to reduce it to money. I don't want to reduce it to, am I a good candidate or a bad candidate? Much more than that. I know it sounds a bit philosophical, but I'm a little allergic to that word. You know what I mean? Okay. I think this is the question and I'm going to take one question per person to make sure we don't, we give everybody a fair chance. Hey, Alicia, how you doing? Did I say your word correctly? Your name correctly? At RCLG. Tejas, what is that? We're going through placements. And my question is that people are solving aptitude from Google search. Sorry, Tejas, you're going to have to rewrite that. Can you put that in simple English? I didn't quite follow. Hey, William, maxims of Cometist? No, I do not know that. I do not know that. Personal sabbaticals. I think, Christine, this was your question. I think they're great. If you can afford it, if you can do it without worrying about bills, and if you have a cushion in terms of time, in terms of finances, in terms of mind space, I think they're great. And they can help to revitalize. It also, having said that, right, they're really glorified and they're romanticized on social media. What it comes down to is, what do you do during those sabbaticals? You know, do you do this whole Julia Roberts, eat, pray, love, Bali, Italy, India? What do you do during that time? You can do that in 10 days or 2 weeks. But if it's a longer period of time, you're going on some sort of journey, right? Something is calling you, maybe a higher purpose. So I'm not saying map it out, have a plan per day. I'm not saying that. But having said that, you know, time goes by very quickly. And before you know it, it's like it's been 6 months and you're like, what was I doing? So, you know, I was on Netflix and Amazon Prime. You want to be a bit more mindful of that and have a very clear objective in your mind why you're taking that sabbatical. And what do you hope will be the transformation? You got to ask yourself some of those questions. So good luck with that. Okay. Let's see. Hey, adventurous, do we include our picture on our resume? It's a good question. I've put that, there's a 4-minute video. Check out my YouTube channel. I've given reasons why it's a good idea. I've also given reasons why it's a terrible idea because of certain cultures where it's completely unacceptable as a process. I know that in particularly in Northern Europe, like Scandinavia, and in North America, it's looked down upon. In other countries and cultures, it's pretty okay. But I don't live everywhere in the world, right? So you want to be able to do your due diligence. And I also talk about why it's a good idea. So check that video out on YouTube. Good luck with that. Okay. Hey, Bollywood. What's up, Bollywood? So while interviewing with the top tier companies, how do you best demonstrate your value when other candidates might be technically qualified? Okay. Big question, extremely broad. You want to focus on being prepared and being the best prepared, right? The person who ends up getting the job is not always the one who's the most qualified. Repeat that. Repeat what I just said in your, like, literally say it out loud. The person who gets the job is not always the one who is the most qualified and the most, skilled. The person who gets the job is the one who demonstrates and articulates that value best during those conversations. So it comes down to preparation. Okay. So check out my YouTube where I have like literally playlists upon playlists on interview questions and answers, top 5 interview questions. I want you to crack, like literally kill every single one of them and do the, not kill, what's the word I was looking for? Crush every single one of them. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about a time when this happened. What did you do? What are your weaknesses? What would you do for the first 100 days? Tell me about a time that you failed. You want to be able to get that really well and you want to see. So I've given you scripts and all of that stuff, and you're going to find that on the YouTube channel, and that'll help you a lot. Hey, Apurv. Hi, Apurv in the Netherlands. Is it important to have business background to thrive as an entrepreneur? I just began my startup in the initial stages, but I'm freaking out. Nah. I mean, I think you know the answer already, right? Deep down, maybe you're just looking for some sort of confirmation. You've seen entrepreneurs around the world. Come on, you've read books, you've listened to podcasts. I'm not saying you've read books. You're still reading books, right? The process is ongoing, it's never finished. People come from all kinds of backgrounds. And one of the top reasons that people become entrepreneurs is because they found a problem that nobody else was willing to solve. And they were like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So it's not like, it's like a lot of them are accidental entrepreneurs, but they didn't necessarily come with the backpack of tools and tips and tricks. They kind of figured it out as as they went along. So learn from people like that who've written books and talk on podcasts, and listen to their advice, not only by being at the end of the journey, but also listen to their advice on what were they doing in the middle of that journey as well, when they were figuring out funding and Series A, Series B. How did they do it? That'll give you a very good idea. And initial stages, yes, it's exciting, but it's also scary. So it's completely normal if you're freaking out a little bit. I think it's completely normal. Just make sure your circle around you is good, smart, warm, supportive people. So I'm really glad you're here, because that's what we are here on Supercharged Fridays. I know I'm blowing my own trumpet. Sue me, okay? But that's one of the reasons we have this lovely community here. Hey G, what's your big news? Tell me. What did I miss? Hey Sanya, because of my advice, you were able to. Oh, awesome. Thank you. I'm so happy for you. You're very welcome. Thank you for sharing. I love reading these messages. I get them every day. I know that makes me sound like a brag, but I live for these messages. I get them every day on Instagram, LinkedIn. They make me so happy. Congratulations. Listen, it was a lot of your work. Don't discredit that, right? Hey, Jyoti, I'm planning to work in Canada. I've heard that there's jobs out there. It's a little bit difficult to reach. How do you approach this? Okay, Jyoti, one of the best things you can do is talk to people who are already there and not like reinvent the wheel from scratch. Talk to people who are already there, who also did a similar journey. Maybe I'm guessing you're in India, how they went from India to Canada. Talk to those people, have them connect you with headhunters, recruiters, and figure out what are the skills for which hiring is happening. There's always some skills that are more hot. Figure out what that is. Can you upskill yourself, upgrade yourself to get that? One good way to do these things is also through education. Go abroad to study a little bit. So there's different ways to do it. I've done a whole LinkedIn Live on going abroad and getting a point of view of an international recruiter. I did this, I think, back in November 2021. So check out, you're going to just go back, Supercharged Fridays, on my YouTube channel, and you'll find it. It's with someone called Tina Pereira. So good luck. Let's see. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss out. Oh, I want to know that. I want to know what's been going on. Yes, I want to know that. You need to share that. Hey, Nilufar, I'm looking for a remote technical job in networking. Can you suggest any companies all over the globe? No idea. But the principles that I talk about on my, no idea. The principles I talk about are applicable to every single industry. So check out, there's literally a whole, I see that you're on YouTube, Nilufar. Check out a playlist on my YouTube channel that is literally like how to find a job fast. That's the name of the playlist. So apply those in your industry as well. Hey, Alicia, I'm going to see what else. How many have I missed out on? Oh, yo. Quite a few. I'm going to take 4 or 5 more questions. I'm going to go a little bit faster. Sorry, in the interest of time. Haven't applied for a job for ages. I hear you, Alicia. I hear you. A question regarding my CV. Should I still point out the list of main tasks for each employer, or rather what I do in general? No. Don't do that, Alicia. Don't talk about what you do, what your tasks were. The reason I say don't do that is because that's what job descriptions are for. A CV is not a job description. If you take anything away from today, take this. A CV is not a job description. What you want to do is you want to point out the top 3, top 4 achievements, maximum 5 in every position. Achievements. If you can, quantify them. And why was it better? Because you were there. Because Alicia was there, this happened. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Hey, Phil. Good luck, Alicia. How can we keep motivated along our journey? What are some things we can do to keep a positive mindset? Such a good question, Phil. It's hard, right? And I think this is one question I get a lot. So clearly it's a lot on people's mind. Phil, also feel free to share your point of view because you're a coach as well. I think sometimes, rather than fight it, I also used to say things in the past because I'm also learning and I'm also evolving over time, right? I used to say things like keep a little smile file, like a depreciation station of uh, nice things people have said about you. I still believe that because every now and then when we feel low, those are excellent reminders. However, what are we doing by doing that? Sometimes we're also suppressing, right? It's like, what if we think of these, emotions as sometimes a friend, right? They come in for a little while. We just want to make sure they don't stay. Come for a little while, ciao. But acknowledge them that they're there and acknowledge them, and then they're like, what are some things I can do to feel a bit better? But why am I feeling that to begin with? Right? And in the past, I have felt it before. What are some things I did to feel better? And another thing as well is in terms of positive mindset is also everything that we consume, whether it's through our mouth but also through our mind, right? So through our mouth, so much research that proves that processed food is bad for us, and it results in bad things happening in our depression and just lethargy and all of that stuff. We know that, but it's just so convenient because it's ready. I can just put it in my mouth as opposed to fresh fruit and vegetables. It's facts, right? And same with people we surround ourselves with. Are they positive? Are they negative? If they're negative, they also tweet negative things. This happened on LinkedIn. Ooh, crying CEO, hashtag, let's poop on him. Surround yourself with people like that. It also brings in negative energy, right? So, quick answer, that's how it is. So, hopefully that helps. But feel free, say that fast. Feel free to bring in a point of view as well. Hey Shivam, how's it going? How do you best demonstrate my worth? Oh, you don't have to remember if you're watching. Why am I reacting like this? Watch the replay. What did I say about worth? I don't like that. Prospective employers, where I know that the competition might be more qualified. Okay, I think we got that question earlier, so good luck with that. Hey Arif, video about salary helped me a lot. It was beyond expectations, but unfortunately I never got the offer letter. Oh, I'm sorry you didn't get the offer letter. You took the email guide. Okay, good luck. I'm glad you got the email guide. But the stuff, it works. I mean, people are shocked that all these tips are there on my YouTube channel for free. The other day I got an email from someone who got a 300% increase in salary. He's like, I'm so grateful to you. Like, that's life-changing money for me and my family. I can't believe the video is free. Thank you so much. What can I do in return? I'm like, dude, I'm just happy for you, right? Good. Thank you for expressing gratitude. One great way you can express gratitude to someone is publicly. It's exactly like what you're doing today. And why is that? Because this tells people there's something out there. It's free. It's helping them. So that's good. The email guide is not free, but the videos are free, and they will be free forever. Another way you can show appreciation, and trust me, when you put good out, you bring good back in. One great way to show appreciation is also recommend them on public platforms, like for example LinkedIn, etc. So if you haven't done so already, feel free to do it if you think my work helped you, because by doing that, it tells other people about my work, and that's what it's all about, right? It's about spreading positive, actionable methods and advice that there's a better career out there for all of us. That's what it's about. So the more people know, the better it is. Hey Azaruddin, any technical questions? If I'm not 100% sure of the answer, should I say straightforward, I don't know, or should I say what I know? I would say share what you know and have a little caveat saying, so I'm not so you don't want to start off with like less confidence. You want to start off with, okay, so based on my research or based on my experience, XYZ, how does that sound? Like, does that answer your question? You don't have to highlight something you don't have. I'm not a fan of highlighting something like that, right? So good luck with that. Hey Shipra, what if a reputed brand offers a job which might not completely resonate with the skill set initially, but guarantees long-term growth? You have a choice, Shipra. Take it or leave it. Don't overthink it. Take it or leave it. Reputed brands are good. They're not like the end all. Like, It's not like everything is great because it's a reputed brand, but you need to have a little plan, right? You can do this for a year, do it for 2 years. Nobody's asking like lifelong partnership with them anymore. It doesn't work like that, right? So take it, make a list of pros and cons. Your instincts, chances are your instincts will already be telling you if it feels right or not. Hey Ali, how you doing? All right. I'm going to move on, Tejas, just to make sure that I answer others as well. Hey, Jayavant. I want to ask, what do you focus on when it comes to networking? Networking, Jayavant, curiosity. Watch a video on YouTube where I talk about networking, and it's like literally 2-3 minute video. It's a quick one. And you'll hear me talk about this a lot. So good luck. Hey, Apurv, you got someone reaching out offering help. So Bhaskar. Thank you, Bhaskar. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Hey, Sajan, I got laid off. After getting laid off, how do we trust another employee? You know what? It's hard, right? It's like you get dumped by someone you're dating and you're like, how do I trust this girl again? They got to win your trust to some extent, but also there's just risks in everything. You start your company, there's a risk. You used to work in a company, it's a risk. Just have a plan B, plan C. That's okay. It's okay. I've been laid off 3 times. I'm all right. Still out there. Still, I trust people. I mean, I have companies as clients, right? It's okay, right? Hey, Khalat, how you doing? How's Nigeria? How do you not get nervous in interviews? Good question, Kenneth. So again, check out, like I can tell you today, but there's so much detail in these things, and I've spent hours and days putting those videos together because of this very reason. So check out those videos on my YouTube channel on how to be prepared. And there's one particular video I did. If you go to my YouTube and you do a sort from most recent to old, check out the oldest videos. One of my oldest videos from January 2019. Other than the fact that I'm extremely awkward in front of the camera, the content I believe in, the content still stands. I still stand by that today. And that talks about how do you prepare for an interview with a person. So that'll help you a lot. Good luck. Okay. Hey Gala, why is it that HR, business or HR, hesitate to reply to their business technical team to follow up in small info? How do you deal with that? Not quite sure I follow Gala, but why do they hesitate? I don't know. It totally depends on the company and the culture of that company, right? I can't really say. Focus on what you can control, because it sounds like it's a little bit outside your control because it's a few other people or departments and they don't sound like necessarily the most asynchronous style of communication. So not really following that. I'm sorry, I can't be more helpful here. I see, G. I got that. I'm going to move on because I'm doing one question per person in the interest of time. Adventurous, so I'm going to have to skip this for now. Hey, Subir, can you please suggest some good websites for career guidance besides yours? Just do a Google search, do a YouTube search. There's amazing people out there. I also recommend go to Job Search Journey. Go to jobsearchjourney.com. If anybody's watching, feel free to tag my friends Virginia Franco and Sarah Johnston, and they have lots of career guidance, a lot of career documents, courses, very affordable, and that'll help you as well. It's called jobsearchjourney.com. It's okay to have bad days and to pity ourselves, but don't get stuck there for too long. That's it. That's exactly it. Good morning, Kevin. How's it going? I'm planning to do executive education. Can you please recommend what would be the best option? It's a good question. Ratna Pratim. Check out this video and also this live stream I did on the topic of MBA. And the answers, the things I talk about in that video apply to MBA and also executive MBA. And by association, they also apply to executive education, right? So I go into a lot more detail. Is it right for you? Is it not right for you? Because the answer is very personal. So it comes down to how you want to do this. You want to do this part-time, you want to do it on-site, you want to do it 100% remote. Everything has a certain, sort of trade-off. right? So you'll find that on YouTube, the video, but also the live stream on Executive Edge. So just go back a bit, just scroll. If you're on the phone, just scroll a little bit, you'll find that and a lot more detail there. Hey, Phil. Yeah, I know, right? I know that it's not easy though. So completely I'm in alignment with that. Hey, Puneet, what if there's a lot of candidates for new jobs? What can we do in personal interviews to convince them that you're unique, perfect? Nobody's perfect. And by the way, no company's perfect either. They're just not. So I think if you're just joining us, watch the replay because I talked about this a few times, and I recommended a few resources on my YouTube channel. And there's a few like even free documents that you can download, free downloadables on there as well. So I'm gonna think I have time for one more. So I'm gonna take this one that I haven't answered earlier. I've applied in many reputed multinational companies, but I didn't get any call. I understand adventurous. So check out like there's a reason, right? So if you've applied and you're not getting calls, usually, not always, usually there's something about your resume or about your LinkedIn profile or about your cover letter that is not translating to getting a call for an interview, because that's usually what a resume is for. So if it's not doing the job it's supposed to do, there's a problem. There's so many free resources out there. Check out my YouTube channel where I talk about how to have a great resume that converts to calls for interviews. I have a paid digital course, but you don't have to take that one if you don't want to. There's so much information on my YouTube channel already. I would say if I were you, I would start that way. I would start from my resume and my LinkedIn profile to get some objective perspectives on why it's not working out. Really be non-BS and compare what are others doing, what are others know that you don't know, right? So good luck with that. All right, Fab, thank you so much for being here. I hope this has been helpful. This is me signing out from a hot, humid, monsoony New Delhi. I've been here for the last 4 or 5 weeks, spending time with family, with friends. I've come after 3 years, so I obviously don't want to miss out and check out our community and see if there's anything I can do to help. It's not I'm not doing a lot of those interviews that I do with my amazing guests that I bring from around the world. It's a bit more, this season is a bit more relaxed. It's monsoon here in India, but it's Europe. It's summer in Europe, right, where I live. So yeah, just stay in touch. Check you out. What am I saying? Check you out. I'm gonna check out for today, and I shall see you next Friday at the same time on Supercharged Fridays. Till then, take care of yourselves. Have a lovely Friday and a lovely weekend as well. Bye.